Christopher Graythan III. How are you, my friend? Let me just pump out the links across the cords. What's going on, man? How you been? How's your day been? Did you just catch the Guru stream? I know I just missed him. Doing great. Tommy Aspinall. Don't get me started. I've been told off around the house. I'm great, Douglas. I'm great, Christian. I'm great. I've been told off around the house. Apparently, when I get a song stuck in my head, I just start walking around the house singing it over and over again. And I think if Jamie hears me walk through the kitchen one more time... G'day, Crystal. How you going? What's up, Cage? How are you, mate? I think if Jamie hears me walking through the kitchen one more time going, Tommy Aspinall, she might actually castrate me at night. I think she's fucking had enough of hearing about Tommy Aspinall. So, don't get me started, Chris. All right, should we do some news first? How you been, Crystal? Good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen you on a stream in a while. And Cage, thanks for popping back in again. I wonder where Magomed Ankalaev is. I wonder if he's going to pop in today. I'm the same way with music. Don't hurt him bad, Jamie, please. She's reading the stream. She's hanging out. She's reading the stream. So I know she can see that message. Oh, by the way, let's do a quick catch-up. The tacos on Sunday night. I put a photo of them in the Discord. Oh my God. Jamie fucking cooked. What's up, not the AM, bro? So about Leon? I know, mate. I know. Disgusting from Leon. Can't believe how bad he looked. It actually is atrocious just how bad Leon Edwards looked. I know exactly what your woman is going through. Kind of sad. Lost a couple of chickens. That is sad to hear. That's very sad to hear about one of the close family animals dying. That sucks, man. Don't hurt him too bad. Yeah, oh my God. But anyway, if you want to see Jamie's amazing cooking, the tacos that she whipped up on Sunday night after UFC 304. Oh my Lord. In the Discord. UFC Abu Dhabi looks like it's going to be Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway. That has not been announced by the UFC, but it is what they're talking about. Cage, you were filling me in on the Discord. You're right. Islam Makhachev is injured. I went and looked on Twitter. Apparently his hand ligaments are all torn up, which really sucks for Islam. So it looks like we're getting our classic Islam Makhachev only fights twice a year again in 2024. So hopefully we get more from him next time. Who you got to win, Ilya or Max? I'm still going to be going with Max Holloway, but I have begun going back and watching Ilia Topuria's fights. The Bryce Mitchell fight is so good. Just to re-watch that fight, that is so good. Tony should have focused on welterweight a long time ago. I agree, Lazar. And how you been, Lazar? It's good to see you, Lazar. Sorry about your chickens. Yes, sorry about the heart goes out to the chickens. Talk about Leon being the most overrated champ of all time. True. Not the AM, bro. True, mate. Where did we have Leon Edwards? We had him at ranked number 2 on our pound-for-pound list. Alex, what's up, mate? I went 4-5 on my parlay, then Bilal fucking Muhammad happened. I am not okay. Look, the entire MMA community just needs a big hug, and we need to grieve, and we're going to get through this, okay? In a couple of weeks' time, in a couple of months' time, they're going to book Bilal Muhammad versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Bilal's not going to be around for a long time. He's going to get the Aljamain Sterling treatment. Alex, you can believe that, mate. I was thinking about you today. I had a question I needed to ask you today, Alex. You popped into my head while I was working. Something we were talking about in the last stream. Now I can't remember. What was I going to ask you? Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm sure I'll remember later. Distraction time. Distraction time it is. Yeah, not the AM, bro. We had Leon Edwards ranked at number 2 on our pound-for-pound list, and I updated my own pound-for-pound list yesterday. Kicked Leon Edwards off it. I legit kicked Leon Edwards off my own pound-for-pound list yesterday. Completely. So I don't know if you were here for yesterday's stream. That's the pound-for-pound list as I have it. Islam Makhachev, Ilya Topuria, Sean O'Malley, Tommy Aspinall, Alex Pereira, John Jones, Max Holloway, Dricus Duplessis, Alexander Volkanovski, Bilal Muhammad, Alexandre Pantoja, Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya, and JDM. So, yeah, man, that's where I had it. Dougie, would you like it if every Apex card could be viewed in VR? It's my only option to make the Apex cards good. I don't mind the Apex cards in general. I don't mind them in general. I think it's more the matchmaking for the Apex cards. And Lazar, I don't know if you know this, mate, but you can watch them in VR over on Meta. That is why Mark Zuckerberg got the Apex closed for a private session, because he wanted to see what it would be like in person before investing so much money in it. And that's also why Dana White shut the Apex down for him, to give him the best sales experience possible. So that's exactly what went on. Lazar. Oh, Larry. Speaking of Lazar, Larry's here. I was watching the Guru stream a little bit ago, and his quote for Bilal winning made me feel better, and I forgot the name already. Listen, Bilal Muhammad definitely listened to Khabib's coaching. He fought exactly like Khabib. So you got to give credit to Bilal Muhammad for fighting an excellent fight. I think they should do Bilal Colby first. I think they should do Bilal versus Colby first, just for the views. Fuck Colby Covington. I'm done with Colby Covington and his infinite title shots. Legit, fuck him. Fuck him. I get what you're saying. It would be funny, but I can't keep watching Colby Covington fail at title shots. I really can't. So, yeah, mate. That's where I am with that, dude. Probably was going to ask about my GOAT. Yes, that's what That's exactly what I was thinking about when I saw the news. Herbert Burns versus Jack Jenkins. And I was like, Alex is going to be so fucking hyped for this. Yes, man. Thank you, Alex. Oh, thank you. That was annoying me so much. I was like, why the fuck was I thinking about Alex for like half an hour today? There we go. What the fuck? Why is Topuria that high? He's really good. He did jiu-jitsu for like 7 years, so he's got a great base in jiu-jitsu, and people forget, man. People forget. You know? People forget. He's a jiu-jitsu specialist that learnt boxing after the fact. He's very well-rounded. That's why he's up there. It's a skill list. You still think Topuria is overrated, even with his high levels of jiu-jitsu skills? Hey, Mo, what's up, man? Good to see you. What are you sipping on there, brother? It's just Vegemite mixed with water. It's just some watered-down Vegemite. It's good, the salts. It's an Australian version of electrolytes. You take Vegemite, put some water in there, add some extra salt. It's good stuff. Lean? You sipping on that lean? No more disrespect on Bilal. No more disrespect on Bilal, Mo. No more disrespect. The truth comes out, Larry. Figgy is training with Khabib. Good to know. Might be picking Figueiredo this week. Topuria is overrated. I pray Topuria gets exposed. He's highly overrated. We will see in a few months' time. I still think Max Holloway... If I think Max Holloway beats Ilya Topuria, then why do I have Ilya Topuria so high up on my pound-for-pound list? If I think Max is better than Ilya, then why do I... That doesn't make sense, Doug. You've got to do this then. That makes more sense. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense, Doug. Yeah, that's the right way to stack it. All right. I really hope they do a VR version of the Sphere pay-per-view. If they want the people at home to get a unique experience and a taste of what it's like, that is the only way. Larry, they absolutely should do that, mate. And since Facebook or Meta have already invested in VR streaming the UFC, they absolutely should do that. High on dope, chill out, mate. We're talking world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Joking, of course, Jamie. Of course. The elite of the elite, man. People forget, man. World class. Dougie just woke up to his Topuria glaze. Well done. You're one step closer to freezing. Real-time deglazing. What you guys just saw was a real-time I've been unindoctrinated from Ilya Topuria Cope. You've just seen an unindoctrination happen. What do they call that when you've been in a cult and you get unbrainwashed from the cult? That's what's just happened to me live on my fucking tier list right there. Oh no, I put a message up and it didn't go through. It might have been swearing in it. Corey versus Umar poll. For you, Cage, done. For one of the oldest members in the books, done. Ew, Vegemite drank. You Aussies have no boundaries of what you will put in your mouth. But that's no, it's good for you, man. I'm telling you, it's an Aussie. Ask any Aussie. It's an Aussie electrolyte. Just some watered down Vegemite, really good, bro. Dougie, you rate Ilya so high simply because you're a Volk fan. You know, that could be it. He's also an unbeaten world champion. There's other things. He's also an unbeaten world champion, so it's not just that. Going clear, yeah, that's the doco, but I mean, like, there's a term for cleaning up. Larry CTM, how are you, brother? There's a term for cleaning up people that have been indoctrinated. I can't remember what it is. Yo, what's up, fellas? Hope everyone's having a cracking night. You don't want to think about that maybe Volk was too past his prime and got beaten by a lucky younger kid, so you rate Ilya high. All right, Mo, there's no need to give me a full-on psychological breakdown, mate. There's no need to fucking get up in my head. You sound like fucking Dominic Cruz up in here. You don't want to admit that maybe Volk was too past his prime. He got beaten by a younger kid. That's why you rate Ilya so high. Because your mom ignored you, man. Your mom ignored you, and that's why you feel that way. And that's all right, but you don't do the tape study. What, I can't say how I feel? Because you're a loser. Deep down, you're a loser because your mom never gave you a hug, and that's why you're going to lose to me in the cage on Saturday night. Jesus fucking Muhammad Dominic Cruz over here. I'm not even that old. I'm a young 52. Jesus Christ, Cage. Get on arthritis pills. At least I think that's the name of the documentary about people leaving Scientology. Yeah, Larry, that is the name of the doco. I just, I don't know what the term of unindoctrinating someone is. There is a word for it. I was supposed to see Corey versus Umar at UFC Nashville. Instead, I got Corey versus Rob Font and legit was dozing off in the arena. Yeah, Alex, that fucking hurts, bro. That hurts, man. When it's a real slow card and you've been drinking for like 6 hours, I can't imagine how hard it is to stay awake. No wonder we saw videos of just hundreds of British fans falling asleep in the arena. Paddy versus Ilya. MSG 2025 double champ fight. Very possible, Lazar. Very, very possible. Larry, Paddy versus Ilya? Yeah, very, very fucking possible. Very possible. If cults brainwash people is being them out of... if cults brainwash people is bringing them out of the cult brain tidy... Larry, that is, you might be the new oldest member of chat with a dad joke like that. I looked it up. There is such a thing as a Vegemite smoothie. Let's start promoting this to the MMA fighters. Oh my God, do not fucking drink that. Crystal, do not drink that. This is just a black coffee. There is not... I have to be like fucking Tom Aspinall. I wasn't actually... De-radicalizing. Thank you, Mountain Man. That's the words. That is the word. Captain Rafuccio. What's up, man? What's up, everybody? Raf in the building. G'day, Raf. Good to have you here. De-radicalizing. Thank you, Mountain Man. Crystal, do not make a Vegemite smoothie. That is not a thing. This is just black coffee. Now I have to pretend. Now I've got to be like Tom Aspinall, where he actually had to go out. I wasn't actually dunking my hands in petrol. I didn't think people would think that I was actually putting my hands in petrol. Lloyd on Fights. Good to see you, mate. How you going, brother? Welcome to the stream, bro. Enjoy. Hang around. Put your feet up. Who do you think is going to win out of Corey Corey Sandhagen and Umar? It's up there in the poll, mate. Better Dominic Cruz impression than the Guru. I mean, it's just my impression of the Guru's impression, Chris, to be honest. I kind of like O'Malley saying that Aljo is the bantamweight GOAT to give himself more shine for beating him. Yeah, that's what you should do. You should, like, the people that you have beaten, you should put them on a pedestal to give you more shine. Not too much, because that is what Bilal Muhammad is currently doing, and it is coming off the wrong way. Tony needs that Bilal juice. Fucking oath he does, mate. What can I say? I'm a very punny guy. Not a dad, just a pun cool for now. Okay. Oh my god, and Jamie liked it too. Jamie, we need to have a very serious talk about our relationship after this live stream. If you're laughing at jokes like that, very serious conversation. Is Robert Greene going to change his name back? You know, I think if it makes him happy, he should hold on to it, because he pointed out he's going to be getting a fuck ton of hate in the comments this week. So if looking at his driver's license and seeing that it says Robert on it makes him smile, he should leave it. Magomed, good to see you, man. Deprogramming is a controversial tactic that seeks to dissuade someone from strongly held convictions, such as religious beliefs. So I believe Muhammad Ali was correct in me getting deprogrammed from my Ilia Tapuria glaze. Some would even say a great punkle, since I have a niece and nephew with... Oh, right, Larry. Slow down on the punkles. No Chill, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Guys, go check out No Chill MMA's channel. Help him grow his brand. How you been, dude? Settle an argument for me. Okay. Is Jones Aspinall, McGregor, Nate... Is Jones Aspinall and McGregor Nate Diaz better, or a Tapuria Lopez and Holloway Islam pay-per-view better? Jones Aspinall and McGregor Nate Diaz sells way more pay-per-views, and probably would just be way more fun. On the presser, everything. All of that would be way more fun. Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor going at it again on a press conference would be way more fun. Holloway and Islam, they'd be hype. They'd obviously be hype. They'd be hype for us, the fans, but they wouldn't be all that. They wouldn't be all that engaged with going at each other. I need to get to fight with Pereira. There is a good chance you will be the main event against Pereira in a couple of weeks. Let's see if Pereira's toes are feeling better. There's a very good chance you will get a fight with Pereira. Ew, brother, Balol juice? You know what I mean. Some people just know high-quality humor when they see it, Doug. Real, recognize real, Jamie. Okay, you two, get a fucking room. Punkle. Thanks, bro. That's all I needed. No worries, mate. All right, I have got a tier list set up for us, guys. It is on theme with today's video. Today's video is, of course... If I see Tony, I click. G'day, Blueprint. How you been, mate? Today's video was, of course, Tony Ferguson will obviously win his fight this weekend. So today's tier list is going to be fighters in the UFC Tony can still beat. At the very top of the... Udai, how you going, brother? Good to see you, mate. At the very top of the list is Tony kills them. Second on the list is close but wins. Middle of the list is 50-50. Second to the last is he stands a chance. And the very last one is, oh my god, we fucking killed Tony Ferguson. Udai says, how are you? I have a question. Is it easy for you to make out what Paddy is saying? I don't understand him at all. I've heard enough English native speakers have difficulty understanding that English accent. Yeah, it's because he's got a Scouse accent, Udai, so I can understand why, as someone whose English isn't your first language, it would be very hard to understand him. There is people in Australia that have real deep Aussie bloody accents, mate, and they real slur all their words. They'd be very hard for you to understand. And then with Paddy Pimblett, lad, you fucking sausage... He's hard to understand as well, mate, because he slurs everything the way an Aussie would, mate. So yeah, it would be difficult to understand, mate. But yeah, I can barely understand him. I love Corey. I like Umar. Okay, but who do you think is going to win, Blueprint? Umar wins. Nice, man. Tony beat Mokhaev. Mohamed Mokhaev. Maybe, brother. Maybe, brother. Matt Schnell getting slept by Kikui. This is what we're talking about. Tony versus Francis Ngannou. Accents are vowel sensitive. That's true. That's not a knife. This is a fucking knife. Who are we going to start off with first? Now, I think we should get Tony Ferguson a nice, real easy win. Nice and early, right? Right? An easy win for Tony Ferguson on the board. Cody Garbrandt. Do a Boston accent, Dougie? Oh, you know I can't do on the card tonight. I can't do a Boston. My Boston accent is more of just a John Anik. Live on the card tonight. Yeah, it's an Tony needs to fight Shavkat and JDM on the same night. All right, that puts him right in the fucking we killed him, miss. The king of MMA YouTube is here, Paradox the Chad. You got a fucking sausage, lad. 50-50 Gaziev win by cardio and durability. True, mate. At the top of the list, put Rebeles de Spain. Yeah, that's a good one. Let me get my bloody notepad out for your guys's. Let me get my bloody notepad out for you guys and your guys' great suggestions, so I don't forget. The Rebeles de España. Prime Tony beats everybody from 155 to 170. I agree, mate. But we're talking about this weekend's Tony going up and fighting Michael Chiesa. Paradox is a bellend. Paradox is a legend, man. I don't understand why Paddy says breakfast like sausage or bacon when he insults someone. It's just bloody funny, you die. Some things just have to be funny. You know what I mean? I know you're the king, mate. Tony gets too much. Tony gets mucked again. No, wrong. So, bloody. Who am I looking at? Who's this bastard that I'm looking at? Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt. I'm gonna go, this is a nice, easy win for Tony Ferguson. A nice, easy win for Tony Ferguson. So we could put Cody Garbrandt up there. There we go. I just wanted to start off being nice to Tony Ferguson. You know what I mean? I think. Now, this one is a bit more of a 50-50. This one we can have a bit of conversation about. You guys let me know down in the comments where you think this one is going to go. Neil Magny. Cody Garbrandt chins Tony? No, he doesn't. No, chill. Come on, mate. Be civil, brother. Prime Tony was the scariest fighter in UFC history. You literally could not prepare for him. I agree, Blueprint. I agree. But that is back in the day. You know what I mean? Tony will get subbed by Chiesa. Magomed guarantee. Magomed, if I had any mods, Magomed, I'd call for them to ban you from the channel. With an attitude like that. You obviously didn't watch my video today, Magomed. I clearly laid out why Tony Ferguson is going to beat Michael Chiesa. He's going to Darce choke him in the second round. Cody Garbrandt chins Tony? No. One punch from Tony and Cody Garbrandt is out? Yes. Hot take. I feel like Tony could beat Calvin Kattar if it goes to the ground. Ooh, that's true, but I feel like Calvin Kattar would bust up Tony Ferguson. Because Tony Ferguson would walk into Calvin Kattar's KBOs. Like, Tony wouldn't take that fight to the ground. Let me remember Calvin Kattar. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. Cody is one of my favorite. Yeah, Cody's fun to watch, but Cody's recent fight style has not been good. Magny whoops Tony. Oh, come on, no chill. Close Tony win. Nah, Neil Magny is still a tough fight for Tony. So do I. I think this one goes in the 50-50. I actually think Ricky Glenn could lose to Tony. That's a great one, no chill. Yep. That's a great one, mate. A gust of wind and he does the chicken dance. Connor to Cody. Yeah, that's true, mate. Larry. I mean, Magny does have a habit of winning when he's supposed to lose and losing when he's supposed to win. Goodbye, Magomed. Please don't tell me you actually blocked Magomed. Oh, no, he's still there. Okay, good. Nah, Calvin would neutralize this version of Tony on the ground. Yeah, Tony's never winning again. Paradox. Tony's winning this weekend. That is a Dougie's Corner guarantee. Calvin Kattar would lose to Tony, to be honest. If Bobby Green is subbing Tony, then what do you think Calvin Kattar would do? Yeah, that's what I meant. I think Calvin Kattar could still beat Tony Ferguson. I still think he could. Tony got out-grappled by Bobby Green. Let us remember this. Oh, my God. Remember the Aljo fight? Kattar froze up. How are you, Cheddarhead? Tony would get mauled by Magny. I think this one, I'm going to put Neil Magny in the Tony Ferguson stands a chance. There's a chance. Anakin, what's up, brother? How you going? We are doing a fighters Tony Ferguson can still beat tier list. At the top is Tony kills them. Second is close but wins. Middle is 50-50. Second from the bottom is he stands a chance. And the last one is, oh my God, we just killed Tony Ferguson. I hope you've been well, Anakin. Magny versus Tony is a 50-50. I'd edge Magny. I'm betting the house on Dougie's guarantee. Good on ya, Lazar. Actually, 60-40 in favor of Magny. That's why I think it's Tony stands a chance. You know what I mean? Nico Price will take a dive. Guaranteed win for Tony if Dana pays up. I like that one. Tony's going to lose to everyone. Oh, come on, mate. Blades and shades, champ shit only. That's it, Mountain Man. Did you like my reference at the start of the video? It's because it is Tuesday in Australia. So I started off the video with it's Tiramisu Tuesday and we're making this fucking video. Surely that means surely that many of us don't think Corey will win. They'll rig that somehow. You just saw you live and chucked in to say props for killing it in your vid yesterday. Oh, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, it looks like Corey Sandhagen is the winner via chat, but it's still close. It's still almost 50-50. Tony's not going to lose to anyone. It's Magni and it's not close, my guys. Oh, come on, no chill. I'll be realistic. I can't put my heart with Tony anymore. That is all that is left in being a Tony fan, no chill, is putting your heart with Tony Ferguson. Leon Edwards would lose to Tony. Mo will do Leon Edwards next. I like that a lot. Let me put that on my reminders list. Oh, my knuckle. Oh, Leon Edwards. Bro, that is so... Tony stands a chance against Edwards. Bro, that is so funny. Easy Tony win. Bila has just reached number 5 on UFC fighters who have won me the most money. See you, cunts. Got to run. See you, Tim. Thanks for popping in, mate. Walker has been having a lot of cartoon lockouts. I'd say put that in the 50-50. Magni versus Tony. One more El Kikui run for the boys. Champ shit only. Put Kayla Harrison in at 50-50. I think Kayla Harrison goes in. Oh, my God. We killed Tony. Chet ahead. Put Francis Ngannou next to Garbrandt. Tony beats Khabib, mid and diff. Johnny Walker versus Tony. I think Johnny Walker versus Tony is legit a 50-50 fight. I think that's legit a 50-50 fight. I'm not even kidding. Oh my God, that is funny. All right, where is I just promised Mo? There we go. Leon Edwards. Now, Leon Edwards this weekend looked prime Tony versus prime Khabib. Tony mid difficulty. Yeah, dude, prime Tony could have been the one to give Khabib his toughest fight. But obviously now it's hard to think about that considering how bad Tony's legacy has gone. Tony is one punch away from having Josh Fabia in his tournament. Whaley's at 50-50. Mountain Man. Tony can literally chin Walker. That's why I put it as 50-50 for Johnny Walker, Mo. Because it is 50-50. Like, Tony can chin him. Now, Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards got pressured so hard by Malal Muhammad. He lost so much aura. So much aura. I do think it's fair. And with the ground game as well, I think it's fair to say that Tony Ferguson has a chance against Leon Edwards. That like button could use some of our attention. True, Crystal. Tony still got that old man strength. Yeah, he still got that dad strength. Tony kills Ronde. Should get him in an arc. Ferguson almost slept Green. Ferguson almost slept Chandler. Ferguson survived against Pimlet. You know what? Leon Edwards has lost so much aura. I just think we're taking a former number 2 ranked pound-for-pound world champion a week ago, and we're putting him next to Neil Magny. I do think that is how quickly MMA changes. That is how quick the rankings of MMA change. You take someone who was number 2 a week ago, and you put him in there against Neil Magny. Unbelievable. Unbelievable world that we live in. All right, why don't we start filling in the bottom tier list of, oh my God, we just killed Tony Ferguson. Who could go into we just killed Tony Ferguson? I mean, clearly it would be, Francis Ngannou, isn't it? Oh. Alex Pereira obviously goes and we just killed Tony Ferguson. Oh, I just saw a name. But he's not in the UFC anymore. Ah, God damn it. What's up, Predator? How are you, mate? Welcome to the tier list of fighters in the UFC that Tony Ferguson could beat. Ferguson almost slept great. I see Tony at the PI. He got subbed by John Anik, brother. Oh no, Magomed. Armbar, but he would fight Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey would get him into an armbar, but Tony still wouldn't tap. I love you guys, but this is absolute copium. Yes, no chill. We're coping this week for Tony Ferguson. We have to see him lose the longest losing streak in all of MMA. Welcome to a classic Dougie's Delusion week in MMA. I'm doing good. That's good to hear, Anakin. Leon beats this version of Tony. Come on. Yeah, but I'm saying Tony stands a chance. Tony stands a chance. Blueprint is what I'm saying. He's in the Tony stands a chance. Shit. Don't move that one, Doug. Move your other one. Move your other screen, Doug. You moron. Okay, cool. What's up, Predator? What's up? Hope you've been well, man. Bruh, Tony had no testosterone left in his body whatsoever. I know, Chris. It sucks, doesn't it? Hamzat at Tony kills him. Yeah, Hamzat can go in the kills him. Conor McGregor. Ooh, Cheddarhead. We might do Conor next. Jan Silva kills Tony. Yep. Diego Lopez would sub Tony in round 1. Yep. He loses to Jessica Andrade. He fucking might, mate. Oh, my God. Tony beats Anthony Smith. Tony going to KO John Jones, but on paper, Smith wins. Tony versus BJ Penn 2024. Look, your other left. I was going to be very disappointed if you didn't use the Eagles rebirth story in the video. Thank you, Larry. I thought it had a place in this video, man. Thank you so much, man. I was so happy with how that video went together today. It's going to get better views. I reckon it'll get better views. It's a funny video, man. Joe Rogan beats Tony Ferguson. This is true, Megamed. I can't believe how far Leon has fallen. I know, Mo. It's fucking embarrassing. But where does the rematch with Kevin Lee fit into all of this? I think a fight with Anthony Smith, I legit think Tony Ferguson could beat Anthony Smith. Legit. I think it's close. It's a 50-50 brawl, but Tony Ferguson ends up beating Anthony Smith. No joke. Tony versus Tito Ortiz, CDE showdown. If they had a boxing match outside of the UFC right now, who would win? Tony or Tito Ortiz? Probably Tony. Tito Ortiz really got knocked out by his own microphone. I don't know if it sucks. Never really been a Tony fan. Don't understand why people like him, honestly. Go get Fight Pass and watch Tony Ferguson from, I think it's 2012 or maybe 2014 off the top of my head, up until 2019. And you'll get it. Tito can't box. Yeah, right. Max Holloway. Dude, Max Holloway kills Tony Ferguson. Max Holloway fucking kills Tony. Why would you even suggest that, Mo? That definitely goes in the Max Holloway kills Tony. I mean, yeah, we can fill out the, oh my God, we killed Tony Ferguson list, you know? We could do that right now. That's it. They all go, oh my God, we fucking killed him, mate. Max Holloway, Tito can't box. If Smith was smaller, this version of Tony smokes him. I'm not even joking. That's why I think it's a closer fight than people think it could be. I think Anthony Smith's skills are so bad. Tony Ferguson has a chance, no chill. You die. What do you think is the difference between Tony and the guys like Damian Maia or Glover Teixeira who put on great performances even at 40 years old? I think some men just hold their testosterone better. Testosterone better, you die. And also, Glover Teixeira is in higher weight class. So the higher weight classes you're in, the longer your body can go for, which is why we see heavyweights being able to stay on until their late 30s. Tony Ferguson is a natural 155er. He looks a bit fat and slow at 170. So his testosterone is going to fall off earlier than some of the other weight class guys. But yeah, I would say that's what it is. I used to hate Bilal so much, but after seeing Bilal rescue a kid from Gaza, I gain respects. He deserves that title. I agree, Predator. I agree. Absolutely, man. If Over the Hill Tony is dropping Bobby Green, he smokes Tito. Good point, Blueprint. One of my favorite knockouts of all time is him getting turned into a chicken wing by Michael Chandler. Brutal, Christian Gray. Brutal. Max Holloway, O'Malley, Pavlovich. Yeah, these all kill Tony Ferguson. Who has the most Who has the most fighters... who has the most fingers left after a Tony versus Tito onion chopping competition? I would say Tony Ferguson, because Tony Ferguson wouldn't even bother chopping the onions. He would scoop up the onions, put them in a baby's basket, and take them running off into the woods and try and raise them as his own onion children. Where are you at, McNuggets? Tony needs a rematch with Gaethje. Tony does need a rematch with Gaethje, Magomed. Tony by Schizo Frenzy. Exactly, Mountain Man. Tony used to be a natural 170er. Yeah, but without the test, bro. Look at his body at 170 now without the testosterone. It's horrible. Stipe is old but heavyweight. Yeah, true. Stipe is old, but he's at heavyweight. But Stipe does look like he's degenerating in front of us. I got Fight Pass, and I've been watching for years. Tony was just a tough dumbass with the aura of crazy ground game, but Khabib would have tore him a new one easily. I think where Khabib would have had the advantage is the Dagestani handcuffs. You know, people would leave Tony's arms flying out where Tony could get off there, his elbows from the bottom. I don't think Khabib would have made that mistake. The Bilal adoption story does make me like him a lot more. Absolutely. Bilal's a real one. Yeah. He is. When Tony pops out of the forest like, where you at, McNuggets? Where's your kid at? You're drinking again, aren't you? Fucking old Tony was unhinged. Colby Covington hates getting hurt. Colby Covington has turned into a bitch that hates getting hurt. I really believe that. Colby Covington versus Tony Ferguson now at 170. And Tony Ferguson is a tough son of a bitch. I think if this fight was 25 minutes long, Colby might do well in the first 2 rounds, but then Tony Ferguson would end up hurting him every time Colby went for an entry. And I still think if you put these two in the cage right now, I'd have to give the win to Colby Covington. To Tony Ferguson. I think Tony Ferguson wins that fight. I think it's close, but Tony Ferguson ends up winning that fight. Legit. Up next, in fights Tony Ferguson can still win. Nate the Train, baby. Nate the Train. Where are we going to put our boy, Nate the Train, on the list of fighters that Tony can still beat? Prime Tony before he's lost his mobility. Cooks prime Khabib. Oh, blueprint. That's brutal. Can Tony beat Amanda Nunes? Maybe. Tony has beaten Kevin Lee and RDA. Yep. Tony resume is mid. No. It's the run. It's not the names on the resume. It's the way that he won the fights and the way that his opponents looked after he fought them. It is, with Tony Ferguson, it's just sort of like the interviews, the way the fights went, the way that Tony, I think someone said it before, like Tony was an idiot in the cage. Tony always got hit. He always got hit so hard and then just like marched back in and kept swinging away. There is a whole sort of aura around him. Eric the therapist, how are you, mate? Welcome to the chat. You just come in and just drop that right down. I'm good, mate. How are you? Bilal still looks like a rat from Sausage Party. Yeah, you can be a good guy and look like a rat. You can be both. If it doesn't hurt when you're done doing it, you haven't done it right. Crystal, you've gone in a completely different direction, mate. All right, just tighten it up. Tony's resume is mid. We did that one. Makayev would lose to Tony. Muhammad Makayev, maybe. Yeah, probably. The Tony who fought Josh Thompson and RDA would literally cook Khabib. Makayev would beat up Tony like he did Cap. Makayev didn't beat up Cap. That fight was 50. That fight could have gone to Manel Cap, man, with a fucking broken toe and everything. Let me see. Eric, what are you talking about, mate? Oh, I haven't got the t-shirt yet. I'm getting it this weekend. And then writing everybody's names on it. Yep, that's what's going on. I was like, what the fuck is Eric talking about now? Okay, stay on outside. That Tony who fought Pettis could easily beat Conor and Khabib. The Tony who fought Pettis was brutal. Regardless of who won, they definitely wouldn't be able to say that Khabib never bled if he fought Tony. That is true. And Khabib would probably have lost a round or two against Tony. It would have been a lot closer of a fight. I was talking about working out. Oh, right, mate. You're the one that started it. Makayev easily won that fight solely off the leg kicks. Cap didn't do anything aside from every second of the last round. Manel Cap landed the harder shots. Damage-based scoring. I'm just saying it was a close fight. Blueprint. That's all I'm saying. It was a close fight. It was a fucking lot closer than 30-27. John who fought his wife can beat Reyes. I mean, yeah, that is true. He beat the living piss out of her. UFC got rid of Nate Maness, and Mikhaev flyweight is doomed. They might end up closing that division, Anakin. If it wasn't for the fact that they need champions just to fill out pay-per-views, they might end up closing that division. Manel Cap had his toe up the entire fight. I know, Chedhead. I know. And Manel Cap still managed to do fucking great. And defend takedown. Manel Cap did great considering he had his toe ripped off. Nate the Train is a very, very good wrestler. Hard hands. Probably going to be a lot faster on the feet. I think Tony stands a chance, but he doesn't go into the he fucking kills Tony Ferguson. I don't think he goes into the he kills Tony Ferguson category. Yeah. Not quite. Rebeldes de España. Someone mentioned him before. Rebeldes de España. Now, if Tony clips Rebeldes de España, he's going to sleep. Rebeldes de España is going to sleep if Tony touches him. This might be a heavyweight that he could win. Tony KO T-Bow. Khabib almost lost to T-Bow. MMA maths doesn't always work. Why is Colby on the close but wins tier? Because I think Colby, because I think Tony Ferguson has a chance of beating Colby Covington. I think it's a close fight, but I don't think Colby. We'll return to España and we'll finish with Colby Cheddarhead. I don't think Colby Covington likes getting hurt. I think he hates getting hit in the face ever since Usman broke his jaw. He fights off the back foot like a pussy. The fight would go for 25 minutes. If the fight did go for 25 minutes, Colby might end up getting Tony down, but Tony still had enough power to rock Chandler and rock Bobby Green. He would end up being able to wrestle with Colby and end up cutting him up and hurting him. I think that it would be a close fight, but Tony Ferguson could still beat Colby Covington today. This weekend's Tony Ferguson that we're going to see could still beat Colby Covington. That's how lowly I rank Colby Covington. So for Tony Ferguson to win that fight, it's close, but he still wins. Now, moving on to Rebeldes de España. Yeah, everyone who actually believes they ditched Mikhaev because he's boring must not know about Maness. Yeah, they didn't ditch Mikhaev because he's boring. They ditched Mikhaev because he was starting fights with everybody. He was a prick. He was a prick, and he was a prick to work with, and he was probably asking for a fuck ton of money, and they were like, why don't you fuck off somewhere else? They gave D'Espana the easiest fight with Austin Lane. Fucking oath, Anakin. He's a really good dude too, lives about an hour south of me and comes up here for most of his grappling training. No shit, Larry. Phil Hawes, wait. Is this not Rebeldes? Did I get the fucking blonde hair mixed up? Holy shit, I did. Oh my god, what a move. Phil Hawes. Fuck it, we'll go with Phil Hawes. Phil Hawes will get his fucking head kicked in. These two look a lot alike. Fuck it. We'll put Phil Hawes all the way up there. Stop dyeing your hair blonde, cunts. Wait, who is that Phil Hawes? Mateus Nicolau should be on this list. Fucking oath he should, Anakin. Absolutely. He'd be high up on the list as well. People really think Umar going to lose to Corey. Mark my words, Umar is going to rock Corey. Dude, I love how close this fight is. It's almost 50-50 in the what is that called? The poll up at the top of the chat. Phil Hawes, Nicolau should be on the list. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I remember the black dude that beat Darren Wynn, who was the shortest middleweight. Oh, what was his name, Udai? Google it for me and come back, man. Umar, probably the future champ at 145. I've been saying this for a while. Yeah, I mean, if he gets through Sandhagen, you'd have to say that he's getting a title shot, right? And that is going to be a very, very hard title fight for O'Malley. Probably going to be a harder title fight than Merab. Julian Marquez, thank you, Anakin. Now, I got to get back to you just said something before. I got to remember to keep my list going. Despania earned a spot on the national taekwondo team, a position he held for 15 years. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for the input. Jake Paul kills Tony Ferguson. Kills him. But he's not in the UFC. Hey, Dougie, watching you too much, Guru, with that. Hey, Dougie, watching Guru too much with that mix-up. It was a fair mix-up. Chris, anyone could have made it. Umar is a 135er naturally. Ooh. Everybody has a top 10 most skilled boxers list, but nobody has a top 10 most skilled UFC fighters list. What would your list be? Making mine right now after the Leon loss. Top 10 UFC. Wouldn't that just be the pound for pound list, Blueprint? A top 10 most skilled UFC fighters list. That is just the pound for pound list, isn't it? Just thought that was kind of impressive. No, you're right, Crystal. It is. I'm sorry. I'm just punching through the comments here. Yeah, you're right. That is super impressive. And it just goes to show, like, you can be a Taekwondo champ, but if you do not know how to defend a takedown, you are kind of fucked. Oh, Cheddarhead. Cheddarhead. That is a tasty, tasty comment you've dropped. Where is my washed Volk meme? Washed Volk versus washed Tony. Ooh. This is UFC, not boxing. Doug, leave Jake Paul out of this. I mean, they asked. It got brought up in the comments, so I had answered it. But we know that Jake Paul absolutely kills Tony Ferguson. Umar 100% going to be a champion. I love Sean O'Malley, but I have to agree it's a hard fight for Sean. What if it's Umar versus Ilya? I think that's a better fight for Ilya than it is for Sean Predator, if that's the way to put it. I think Umar versus Sean O'Malley would probably be Sean O'Malley's hardest fight. I think Ilya Topuria stands a better chance. Washed Volk versus Washed Tony. Like the stream, boys. Give it a like. Help the channel grow. Got to save up to get some tickets to America. Need the ad revenue. Help me push the channel out there, boys. No, like most skilled fighters in the UFC, like who is the most well-rounded, that is how I do my pound-for-pound list, Blueprint. That is how I do my pound-for-pound list of skill sets. Yeah. Because his ground game hasn't been attested by an elite wrestler yet. Yeah, that's exactly why I don't put Alex Pereira so high on my pound-for-pound list. And I don't know, Blueprint, if you've been on the channel since we've done this, but I have a fighter matrix that we use when we rank fighters. Where is it? Here it is. Where is it? This is the old one. We came up with a fighter matrix that we use to rank the fighters that breaks down all of their skill levels. Their striking, their takedown defense, their takedowns, their get-ups, their subs. But we ended up putting in 10 criteria so we could rate them out of 100. And we'll do that one day. I like to break the streams up so they're not all tier lists and they're not all Pokemon cards. We might go back to the fighter matrix later this week and see if we can work out the most skilled fighter in the UFC. Christian Gray, there it is, mate. Oh, it looks beautiful. Bro, nah, that Volk picture, I know it kills me, Predator. I know. Volk versus Tony is actually a 50-50 fight. I know, right? Don't do Volk like... Should I let you guys pick this one? Let's end this poll, and I'll put in a new poll, and you guys can pick where Volk goes on this one, because I as Mo so easily pointed out early in the stream, I am way too biased when it comes to Volk. So how should this be? Tony beats Volk. What are we going to do? Kills him. We're going to do close. Obviously, we're going to do 50-50. 50-50. And then last one will just be Tony Ferguson stands a chance, but Volk wins. So that's the poll right there. You guys let me know. When it comes to our poll of Corey versus Umar, it pretty much ended up being 50-50, straight down the center, 20 votes. Fucking crazy, man. Crazy. Don't do my Volky poo like this from Alex. If Umar can't take Topuria down, Topuria KOs him clean. True, but I do think he would be able to take Topuria down, but would he be able to keep Topuria down? Because Topuria would end up having the weight advantage. But then having said that, the Dagestanis do cut weight the best. So the weight advantage might just be nullified. And it might just be like wrestling a proper guy. Volk would smoke Tony. Don't get it twisted. Why would Umar move up to 145? Cage is like, what are we even talking about? Guru, what's up, bro? How you been, man? Thanks for popping in and saying hi to the channel. A bunch of people were gifted a membership. Thank you for supporting the channel, Guru. I'm doing a tier list, Guru, by the way, of fighters in the UFC that Tony Ferguson can still beat. Tony Ferguson kills them at the top. Close but wins at the second. 50-50 in the middle. He stands a chance second last. And oh my fucking God, we just killed Tony Ferguson. So thanks for popping in, man. Where do you think modern day washed Alexander Volkanovski ends up right next to Tony Ferguson? Ends up fighting Tony Ferguson. The Tony Ferguson that's fighting this weekend. Let me catch up to everybody else's chats. Why would Umar move up to... Leon is in a 7 for his striking after that performance. You do not get pieced up by Bilal Muhammad with a straight-up jab and be able to keep your striking skills. You get all the way down to the bottom of the list. That's why I haven't even got Leon in the top 15 pound for pound anymore. It's embarrassing. Pound for pound can basically be a most skilled list, but it's not necessary because certain guys who are more skilled than certain people on the list, I'll drop my top 10. Put it in the Discord blueprint. Put it in the Discord. And then Guru gifted a bunch of memberships. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Guru. Thank you, Guru. Picture of sad Volk is enough to see. Find a new picture. I know, it fucking kills me, man. Get that off me, Telly. No! I have a Diddy emote again. Let's go. And Alex, you got your 1 month membership badge. Nice, man. Guru's a badass. Guru is a badass. It's nice for him to drop in and say hi to the chat. I'll drop it here. And in the Discord. Yeah, because if you drop it here, it'll just disappear forever and I won't get to consider it. And if I consider it, I might enjoy it so much that I make a video arguing against it or bring it up on the live stream. So if you put it in the Discord, I can reuse it. I'll give you the credit, but I'll reuse it, maybe argue against it. Maybe we can argue it live on the stream. So that's why. And thank you, Mr. Guru, for the $5, man, and the memberships, and just supporting the channel. I appreciate it. I really, really do, man. So thank you, Guru. Guys, next time that you're in Guru's chat, make sure to pass on that Dougie says thanks. Now, Volk. Where did you guys put my Volky poo? My Volkykins? My Volky stuns? Where did you put him? Me Volky. Tony beats Volk. He stands a chance. Volk wins at 37%. Tony kills Volk at 25%. It's a 50-50 fight at 25%. And it's close, but Tony wins at 12%. So it looks like I get to be the deciding factor. I am going to put, I hate that I'm doing this, I am putting modern day 2024 fighting in Abu Dhabi, Tony Ferguson, 50-50 against Alexander, the former pound for pound best fighter in the world. Volkanovski, my former favorite fighter. He's going in right there as a 50-50 fight. Oh, bloody hell, mate. I got me fucking head kicked in. And now all these cunts think that I can't even beat Tony Ferguson. Oh, bloody hell, mate. What am I going to tell me? And my daughter, she couldn't sleep at night. And I said, honey, go to sleep. I'm a bloody world champion. And my daughter said, yeah, but what if it's Tony Ferguson under the bed? And I went, oh, fuck. She doesn't even trust me anymore. You know, it just gets hard sometimes, guys. Let me go cook a steak to feel better. That was way too much. What a guy Guru is. What a winner. I said, wow, what a pig. Volk kills. What am I doing sometimes? What am I doing sometimes? What a guy that Guru is. What a winner. Wow, what an American pig. They don't make pigs like that anymore. Brain dead people think Tony can still beat Volk. Brain dead people think Tony can beat Volk. I mean, we gotta have some hope for Tony Ferguson, right? Tony would be a late lunch for Volkanovski. I mean, Volkanovski was literally winning. So this is my bias. I let you guys decide. This is my bias. Volkanovski was beating the fuck out of Teir in that first round. Like, putting hands on him hard. If Volkanovski put those hands on Tony Ferguson, it's down here. It's, oh my God, we fucking killed Tony Ferguson. That's my pick. That's my pick. But you guys wanted to fucking go 50-50, so we're going 50-50. That was your pick, guys. Shit. Guru beats Tony. Guru's like 280 pounds or something. Like, yeah. Fat out of camp, Khabib versus Tony. Fat Khabib kills Tony Ferguson. Any of you guys ever seen the movie Major Pain? Best response to a kid thinking there is a monster in the closet ever. Dude, Major Pain is so fucking underrated, Larry. I need to kill something. It's like a scratch, I got an itch. But the problem is, I ain't got nothing to scratch. You're still a turd sandwich. You're just not a soggy one. Volk will smoke Tony like an episode of Cooking with Volk. That's the way, Alex. Volk destroys Tony. That's the way, Anakin. Who's the second most skilled since Leon's loss? Yep. Major Pain is on the... Go watch Major Pain. Saying Tony versus Volk is 50-50 is saying like Tom versus Jones is 50-50. I mean, you guys voted. I didn't want to fucking put him here. You guys voted. This is where it ended up. Dougie, have you been to the Shire in New Zealand before? Never been to New Zealand. Do you want me to help you take your... Do you want... I can help you take your pain off the mind. He fucking breaks his finger. So good. What about Tony Ferguson versus our members, a based kangaroo? Now, if Tony Ferguson was walking through the Australian outback and came across a full red-blooded kangaroo, I do think that we would have to put the full red-blooded kangaroo with the fucking giant talons at the front of it. Although, Bryce Mitchell did choke out a deer, so maybe Tony Ferguson could get around a rear naked choke on the kangaroo. But the kangaroo's fast, and Tony Ferguson's lost a lot of his speed. If Tony Ferguson snuck up on the kangaroo, he might, but then the kangaroo wouldn't get rear naked choked because the kangaroo would bounce off its top three legs and push Tony back. I think a kangaroo would kill Tony Ferguson, so we're going to have to put a kangaroo down here next to Ilia Topuria. If the kangaroo went up against Tony Ferguson, it would go in the, oh my god, we actually killed Tony Ferguson. What about John Rogan overdosing on Kratom versus Tony? Alex, I'm not going to lie. I've listened to some Jesse on Fire. I have no fucking idea what Kratom is. I've no fucking clue what Kratom is. Not a clue in the world. Apparently it's... I have no fucking idea what it is. Raquel Pennington? Do I even have... Okay, Tony... what's the time? Okay, we're doing good. Okay. Let me catch up to everybody's chats. Do you want me to... A truly classic? Yeah, definitely watch it. Yeah, it's really, really good. Go watch it right now, Blueprint, and then come back to the stream. Volk is Chinny, literally 50-50 because of that you sound sick. Yep, true. Volk and Walker have the same chance at beating Tony as well. I know, that is really wrong to look at, isn't it, Predator? That isn't right at all. Alex, what about Joe Rogan of Kratom? There we are. Yep. You're speaking to Larry. You live in Australia? Never been to fucking New Zealand in the Shire? Definitely a fake Aussie. Don't get a pet platypus. I would never get a pet platypus. I would only eat platypus peanut turds. Tony smokes Raquel Pennington. Valentina Shevchenko kills Tony. Yeah, that's true, Blueprint. That's true. Do they teach Roo fighting tactics as self-defense in Australia? Yes, mate. Dougie does Crocodile Daily? No, mate. Yes, they do teach you how to defend against Roos. Volk beat Max 3 times, but Volk is 50-50, but Max kills him. Yeah, it is a weird list that I've made, isn't it, Predator? It doesn't make any sense. I think we're going to have to move Volk after we do Raquel Pennington. It's like a plant that's very much like an opioid. Oh, right, Kratom. Right, I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they can sell it in Australia. That's probably why I've never heard of it. If this was Prime Volk, he stops Tony dead. Yeah, obviously, if it was Prime Volk, but we're talking about this week's athlete. Like, this week, if you took Max Holloway this week and put him in there with Tony Ferguson, I do believe Max Holloway would fucking kill Tony Ferguson. If you put Alexander Volkanovski in the cage this weekend with Tony Ferguson, Alexander Volkanovski probably fucking kills Tony Ferguson. Now, if you put Tony Ferguson this week in there against Raquel Pennington, where do you... Raquel Pennington's pretty bad. I think Tony Ferguson could get that win. I think that's another win for Tony Ferguson. There we go. Oh, and doesn't have a pet platypus. Aussie Dougie is a fake Australian. I mean, you saw me eat peanut butter out of the jar this weekend, Chris. You saw me eat it. Volk not in his prime anymore. Islam and Tapiria took his chin. True. And again, we're talking about this weekend. Volk did great against Tapiria. Yeah, Volk won the first round against Tapiria. That's true. Volk beat Max 3 times, Larry. 3 times. You misspelled twice. It's all right. I make spelling mistakes all the time. It's fair. Samwise Gamgee would be ashamed. He would. But he'd forgive you because he's such a good bloody mate. You know what I mean? Kratom leaves certain unique compounds that interact with the body's receptors, offering potential benefits for those seeking natural alternatives to manage their health. Thank you, Crystal. Okay, now, let's see if we can bang out some fucking wins for Tony Ferguson. Win. 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 Michael Chiesa. Tony obviously beats Michael Chiesa in a hypothetical who would win this weekend. Obviously, Tony Ferguson would hypothetically win over Michael Chiesa this weekend. Clearly. Luke Rockhold? I think I'd put Luke Rockhold on a 50-50. Luke Rockhold, 50-50. Ronda Rousey. Yes. Yes. Yes, there we go. Shamil Gaziev. I hope that's Shamil Gaziev. I hope I didn't pull the wrong photo. Yeah, nice. Foundation, what's up, man? What's up? Okay, I'm going to start my most skilled fighters ranking right now. Cool. My wife poops kratom like candy. My wife poops kratom like candy and starts levitating and climbing walls. That's fucking horrifying, Alex. That's very scary, mate. Tony smokes big money. Nico Price. True. I eat peanut butter straight out of the jar and get judged for it. Nothing wrong with that, Larry. I do the same thing. Paddy, Bobby, Diaz won against Tony. So if you're telling me a washed Volk gets beaten up by Paddy, Diaz, and Bobby... Look, Predator, look where I put Volk. Tony gets killed by Volk. I fixed it, mate. Platypuses are venomous. Did you know that? No, they're not. Please, Tony, you've got to win this weekend. Bro, Volk is chinny now. What do you not understand? Not Shamil. Yeah, Shamil gasses out. If Tony can survive, then Shamil gasses out. Tony can win that fight. It's a 50-50. Foundation. Damian Jackson would beat Tony Ferguson at this point. Yeah, but all the people on this top of the list, mate, all the people up here, Tony fucking kills them. Easy. Does anybody want health risk for Kratom? Because holy crap, is there a long list? I mean, I don't know. I didn't even know what fucking Kratom was until we started talking here on the channel. No one's live. I was seeing if anybody... It looks like I'm the one that goes live at the very end of the day, huh? I was seeing if we could raid anybody before the end of the day, but no one else goes live when I go live, do they? Everybody goes dead at the end of the day. So, and what am I like the last one awake on the MMA scene that does a live stream? Am I like do I get like the midnight shift, like the butthole of MMA? Like no, like am I the fucking after party of the day's MMA shift? I think I am, man, because no one is fucking live right now, and all day when I'm at work, someone is alive doing MMA. Yes, but you're the butt of MMA. It looks like it, doesn't it? Sorry, guys. Let me catch up. Right, I'm wrapping up for the day. Tony, all right. Tony beats Billy Quarantillo. So you think the head kick Islam hit Volk with only makes Volk chin 80%, and Teir's KO shot still stays at 80%? You're being very unrealistic and biased. Blueprint, we're going to continue this argument later in a later stream. Tony beats Billy Quarantillo. Yes, Alex, he does. Tony versus Gaethje, 20 minutes after the fight with... then Tony can beat Gaethje as long as you put Gaethje right back in there. What if Tony loses against Chiesa, cuts and fights Makhachev in Bellator? If Tony continues to fight after he loses to Chiesa, which he won't do, I will be fucking heartbroken, Foundation. Think before you talk. You sound silly. Predator, Kratom, typical trees, Southeast Asia, has gained popularity in recent years for its potential medicinal properties. However, along with its perceived benefits, there are a long list of health risks. Oh my God. I'm the butt of MMA. Pretty much, I'm the graveyard shift. Ronan goes live in the morning. It's 2 a.m., you mad cunt. Of course, nobody is live. I watch more often than you think. I just don't speak because my husband is sleeping. Fair enough, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me on my, I guess, Dougie's Corner, the midnight shift of MMA when no one else is streaming. I appreciate you guys popping in and saying hi. Someone just was streaming, but they decided that nobody was watching them, so they just bailed. So fuck it. Looks like they were about to get a raid, but looks like they're not getting one now. Guys, I'm out of here. Yeah, drop it in the Discord. Guys, I'm out of here. This is the list of fights that Tony Ferguson could still win if he was fighting. If this is the list of fighters Tony Ferguson could still win. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Don't know what it's going to be about, but I'll come up with something. If you have any ideas for me, put it in the Discord. Until then, enjoy your Vegemite drink. I will. Until then, you guys have a great night in America. Go to bed, you fucking lunatics. If you're in England, have a great day at work. And you die in Japan, have a great afternoon. Until then, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. Stay safe. Stay healthy.